Hello, folks. Today is Monday, so we're going to do figures and or, depending on how I feel, no construction drawing. Today, I felt like no construction drawing because it is getting pretty late. So we're just do some legs from the Bridgman Drawn from Life book. I'm just doing a basic pin, some newspaper pin. And we're going to just do this leg and all that other good stuff. See, I got the right ankle. Let's scoot forward a little bit. There we go. That's better. Yeah, well, anywho, we're going to do this leg. This one right here. Oh, sorry, I was burping. Right now, I'm trying to get for this leg. I'm trying to get the big overall, not shapes per se, right? I'm trying to get. See, I need to start with a bigger shape because I'm trying to get the shape of the start of the leg before I try to do anything else. So I can go in and get bigger and better details and whatnot. But really, the goal is to try and that's my turning point right here. The leg doesn't have that many turning points. Like the knees right here, and then the ankle bone will be like right there. Anyway, but I'm trying to get my general flow going and keep in mind my what's it called, my structure, you know. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I think really the biggest thing in this is just trying to be confident in my lines and my strokes. And the best way I've found from the last couple of times doing this, be confident, is of course keep doing it, but really it's hold on. But really it's I need to keep in keep my bigger picture in line in mind. So my big picture for this leg is to go like that, come back around and go like that. See, I already failed because I already did like this, right? You're like, well, that's not really a leg, but if you go like this, and then like this, like that, and then toss a freaking foot on there, that's pretty leggy. You know, I got my quad, which will be super small in this opinion, the knee and then the calf. And then I go, well, okay, then I need to do my boxes, and that's a box. That's my quads. That's my knee. Actually, I did that box. It was way off what they were doing right there. That's my box. right? And even how they doing it, this will actually go backwards in space, but that's fine. That's my knee, and that's my calf. Right? And then my foot. Right? So trying to do this first, then keep this in mind at the same time. So I'm multitasking both at the same time while doing this leg. So I don't want to keep jumping around because you see, I did this, then did this, got my turning edge. I was like, oh, then I know this goes all the way down. And then, so I got this part in, which is this part. Now I got this part in, which is this part. But I just dropped this part, the knee. It was like, well, let's go all the way down. Now, that's fine. But I know me, I'm going to get sucked into this. And I'm going to do the calf part right here. And then this is going to fall behind. And it's not keeping with the general basic structure that I'm trying to do. So I would like to do them in order. So for right now, we're going to rectify that by drawing in our calf. And another thing is about spacing, right? See here, drawing it out. Want to make sure the spacing between the muscles and the legs and all that other stuff is actually where they're supposed to be. Right. Come out here. And see, now that I drew this part, now I know this part is way too far off. Right? Because I didn't keep with my general structure right there. You're like, well, what do you mean? This part is way off. But yeah, remember, there's the other side of the knee right here that comes out right there. Right? And we just finish up this knee. I put this quad in, really give a better look, better curve in that leg. See, because now I know that was way too far off. It's actually supposed to be back down here. And then that, right, is actually going to hook up and around, come out like that. Little chicken bone action, not that much. Really want to curve that in. And then we draw our foot. I know, because the foot is supposed to actually go in, hook into here, come back out like this, right? If I do it like this, there's a hook in, that's the outside of the calf, get into the inside of the joint right there, come out and around, and then hook back in. But I'm getting more fancy with it. I might change it up so it goes like this. right? So you get the top part of the foot, but we'll do that right now, actually. I mean, there's many things I need to work on. Right? Keep just doing my quick self critique. I think as an inspiring self taught artist, um, you need to actually give yourself actual constructive criticism. Bigger idea. And then that's why this happened. So when I go back, I can go, oh, dang, those are things I need to work on. And maybe I won't ever go back to this page anymore in my life. But, you know, now it's in my brain since I wrote it down that these are things I need to work on. Knee ugly. That is a horrible self criticism. Like, what do you mean knee is ugly? That doesn't help me anyway. But what I can say is knee is a copy and not my style. So this is a no. This doesn't help me. Saying it's ugly or anything like that, that doesn't help me. Right? But this helps me. This helps me. This is the example of why this helps me. Right? I mean, there's other things like I don't like how the calf is squashed down compared to the upper leg. I don't like how this part is wide and it just feels open. It doesn't flow together for me because I feel like I'm more copying his George Bridgman style than doing my actual own style, and that's fine for right now. I'm not saying don't do it if you don't, but I know if I look at it, I'm not going to like it because it's not me, and that's fine. It's just to iterate that when I do stuff again, that it will needs to be in my style, and I'm just using this basically as a reference guide. I'm using this as a way to I'm using this as a way to guide myself and I guess sort of steal ideas from George Bridgman if that's how you want to take that, however you want to take that, you know, but really to be like, oh, I really like that, that's cool, and then keep going, and oh, I really like that, that's cool, and then keep going from that, right? Yeah, that's That's what I want to do. To ask to do with this is to be like, hey, you know, my art is one way. I like this style. I want to make it more this style. I I'm be honest with everybody watching. I was so focused in drawing that I completely forgot what I was talking about. So we're gonna move on to another topic. But yeah, I do this because I wanna. Have you ever seen the first video I did like this? To get better at something like this, so I can be like put this under my belt and be like, hey, I can actually do comics and creative things, and I feel like I'm at a stage where I can put it down and go about my business. You know what I'm saying? And be cool with it, smooth with it, right? And just I do like when he does. Like I always forget what the name of this muscle is, but this A band muscle right there, the one that attaches from the quad to the is hip flexor, hip flexor, right? I always like that because I think it's a cool muscle. I like putting in my stuff when I can, right? But yeah, I do this right, and I follow him because I like how his stuff swirls and curls and run into each other. Um, So I'm like, yo, if I can get a little bit of that in my work, then I will do it, right? Because I think it is really cool. It's really fascinating. I want to be able to draw like that. And sometimes it is about finding the people you want to draw like. But always remember, at the end of the day, you will always draw like yourself. And no one can ever draw like somebody else. You will only ever be able to draw like yourself. So you need to be able to be okay and love the 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 artistic drawing that is you, right? Because if you don't, I feel like you'll never make it. Self critique is good, and self critique will help you grow, and getting actual critique will help you grow even more. But self love of your art and of yourself in that way will make you explode, right? You don't need to be delusional. You don't need to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm the best artist they ever been. I mean, I used to be that person. And if I could go back, I would smack the dog crap out of Little Malik. Because, what do you mean you're going to be like this one artist because, oh, I can do that? Hey, bro, shut up. I bet you wish you could do that. You can't. But self love, and that's fine. Not everybody can do everything. Not everybody should do everything. You heard me right. Not everybody can do everything, and not everybody should do everything. Right? There's some things that people are really good at. Some people will never ever, no matter how hard they try, will ever be good at. And I like this knee design better. I'm trying to make my knees more. I was going to show you actually how I drew my knees because I did not like this one so much. But I was like, I just ended up drawing the whole leg again. Right? And actually, it should be like that. It should be more of a stronger symbol. Right? This curve should actually go into that, and this part should go into that. Like it's trying to touch the knee. Like you get that the David and God painting, and they're like, ooh, name Father, Son. Right, that painting, and they about to touch fingers like E.T. It should be like that, right? And touching fingers like E.T. Like I said, I like this knee better. I think it's cooler, in my opinion. Some people are like, I don't know about that knee. Yeah, that's fine. Then it wraps around into this outer part of the knee, and this part comes out and really brings that whoop, whoop feeling in. As I was trying to bring this part over more so you can get that whoop, but this is the inside, this is the shin bone, so that's fine. And then, well, it's really fancy. The Rembrandt triangle. I call this the elbow knee triangle because it's like a little triangle of bone that sticks out. So if I was gonna like this, like very dramatic, oh my gosh, I will literally just darken this whole thing right here. Actually, let me just do it. Darken this whole thing right here, right? Because I don't need all this. Darken this whole section. Shin bone in, I darken that whole section, right? And then over here, I might go like form shadow, right? Into here. Bring that up a little bit. And then I call that the Rembrandt knee triangle. It's just probably soften this side a little bit more. There you go, the Rembrandt knee triangle. Do that for elbows too. Now, if I was gonna get real fancy, right, I put form shadow right there. Then right there, right, one right there. And then this would actually be like this, right? Like that. And then to get this knee to feel more boxy than what it actually is, because knees are boxy. Never seen a person with circular knees before. Just straight lines down. Deep straight lines down. Right? And then might even go like that. Just make sure you know it rotates out. I'm not really liking this quad. I did this quad because he had a quad right there, but I don't know if I really like this quad. I'd rather do like shadow for a quad. Something like that. Like Mike Miller, not Mike Miller, the guy who does Hellboy. Why am I forgetting his name? He does shadows for his squads, things like that. So I'm gonna probably go like that. Right? I like my shadows to touch. I go like that. See, but now it's getting all crowded. I mean, that looks nasty. That's why I like to leave my pen and inks alone with basic stuff so I can learn from them. Yeah, now it looks overcrowded, nasty. I don't like that. I want more air. It needs more breathing room. If I go overcrowding it, right, and I go to the next thing, and I overcrowd it, the next thing, and I overcrowd it, the next thing, and I overcrowd it, just, hey, I got no room to breathe. But if I go boom, boom, oh, hold on, you can't see. If I go boom, 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 right, and this is what I usually keep with 3 lines because it helps me not overcrowd things. Then I go boom, 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 right? Boom, 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 boom. You have room to breathe. It's breathing room. That's a lot of breathing room. You can go woo, right? But then I went boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's not breathing room. I can't breathe. It's too crowded. This is too crowded. I can't breathe in this. I can't sit back and enjoy the leg I drew because I put too much stuff in there. So I'm right down critique style. Too overcrowded. I've been working on this motto recently. I had it in a dream. Been working on it lately. And that is add. Oop, that's not add, that's ab. Add by subtraction, subtraction, subtract by addition. That's the goal recently. It's add by subtraction, subtract by addition. We added a whole bunch of stuff, right? But it's subtract by it this is overcrowded, it's subtract. And that's working. But what about add by subtracting? We didn't subtract, we just added, right? So you add boom, 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 right? Cool. We added, that subtract, that took up space, right? But we subtract by addition and then we add by subtraction. So contrast. Contrast is my friend, right? Because you know that this is a curved object. I don't need to tell you that this is a curved object. You just know by the curves. I don't need to be like, oh, line right here, curved object. We go to this calf, curved object. This video went a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a 5-10 minute video. This is a 30-minute video. I'm gonna stop talking for right now. I know I had a whole point. Let me finish my point. Actually, because we have this calf, and then we added to it by following the form. We did whoop, 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 right? But then and I subtracted more space. So this space is less because we added this, but it added to the form, right? But with the subtracting by adding, adding by subtracting, that means we shouldn't put this in. At least that's what I think. Because I'm still trying to figure out this. little cryptic message that my dream decided to give me, or God, right? So it might mean that we didn't need to add all this crazy stuff afterwards. This was just fine. We didn't need to add in that. We didn't need to add in that. We didn't need to add in all that. This was fine, right? Is about Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. You know, just it's too much. Doesn't give him space to breathe. Because what if I add a background in now, right? See, the background makes it even a lot more too much. So we fighting the background, we're fighting this, and then you're not allowing people to breathe. You're not allowing people to flow through your form and go, oh my gosh, it's actually nice. And allow it to take it in. To have a, never mind. I'm gonna stop for today because I can speak about this for a long time. All right, folks. I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is comic book day. We're gonna do work, do some color storyboarding for the 3 pages we made last week. So I'll see you then. Be safe and well. Bye.